season tickets at uwbadgers.com.
Well, I really like the energy today. I thought they came out. We kind of backed off Thursday to let the legs get back under them. You know, we're more than halfway through, and the energy today was really, really good. I thought the defense came out maybe a little more zest to them to begin with, but to play the way we did, that was over 120 snaps, and not have any significant injuries today, I think that's a pretty good work day. That's all. You guys got questions?
Connor O'Neal really impressive.
Yeah, Connor. I thought Connor made a big jump. You know, Connor was a heavily recruited kid, and we tried him at safety because we knew he had ability. But I think that might have really helped him now because he's really good in the pass game. He's got a good understanding where he needs to be in the zone fits, and gets his hands on a lot of balls. A good athlete.
What are you seeing from Ryan Groy and some of the centers since Pete got hurt?
You know what? He had a nice week of work. Pete, obviously, we lost him last Saturday, so Ryan concentrating on center Tuesday and Thursday, and then today, you know, did a pretty good job. There's still some calls. I know Bo's on him pretty good, but you know, Ryan's one of our probably of our bigger athletes. He's one of the best ones we've got in the whole club. So we just got to find a spot for him, and he's definitely working good.
The versatility that does help him out. Though,
huge. I mean, Ryan is literally one guy in our program that can probably play center, guard, and tackle. He can play all three line positions just because of his athleticism.
And fullback too.
And fullback. Yeah.
You think Con will be out for the rest of this?
Yeah, Con's out for. He's actually going to have he's got another issue that he's going to get cleaned up, but he should be with us back in the fall or in the summer camp, no problem.
Did you guys have any concerns whatsoever? But it seems like every practice, Butler gets some balls batted down on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think similar to back when we had TD, who wasn't as maybe in the pocket guy. So I think if John was our guy, then you want to do some things conceptually to make sure that you can help eliminate that. I thought our guy, our DNs probably as a group get their hands up better now than I've ever seen too.
Havenstein had been rotating with Dean at right tackle the last couple of days. No, I mean, is he at least in the spring solidified some things?
Robbie's done some nice things. Casey was having an opportunity to run with the ones, and I think Bo has kind of seen what kind of continuity would come out of it. But I would say that both of them have gotten better, but not at the level that we need, because really at the other four spots we're pretty solid.
How much weight has Havenstein? How much has he reshaped his body since he first?
Yeah, I think he weighed 368 his first day on campus. Put him on a diet and he gained 4 pounds. But then I think he's back down to that 350 range. I know that's ideally where we'd like him.
Aberderis just keep making plays.
Yeah, Abby. I think he's really, since Nick's been out, taking on that leadership role, and he's up in the offices all the time. He's working with the younger guys. I think he's really beginning to grow, and as we know, he's a playmaker.
You've often said walk-ons can erase mistakes.
Yeah,
guys can do that when they pop up like that.
It's huge, Abby. And I could see right away in that first fall camp again, that he was going to be a guy that could make some plays, and obviously at the wide receiver position, I think a guy like Davin Jones would have been into a senior year now, and guys that aren't in the program, as well as those 3 seniors that graduated last year that were guys that Abby kind of just filled in that role.
Has the progress been what you've been hoping, practice by practice?
I did. I liked today. I thought today made a big point on Thursday. We backed off about a half hour and put him in halfback to come out today and really fly around. And there's some good aggressive play happening out there, offense and defense, and the tempo with which they were doing it, I thought was real good.
Does Taylor look a little bit more comfortable?
I would say the last week, he's really being active, making plays. You got Connor, you got Mike Taylor when 44 gets in the mix, and then I've been very impressed with Marcus Trotter too. So that linebacker group as a whole, I thought made real big strides the last 10 practices.
Do you like the demeanor that Zach Brown ran with today?
Zach's an angry running back. I think he's a guy that everybody wants to talk about those other guys, and people forget that he ran for 200 yards as a freshman and won some games for us. And he's a guy that came in last year, and we talked about it, he and I, just individually, about redshirting and getting an opportunity this year, and I think he wants to be out there. And if he's our power back, that's great.
Could you see Chris Ash doing a little more press coverage with the corners you got now, senior corners?
Well, I think Devin and Antonio both have, since I've been here, it's probably the most balanced we've been at the corner position. We've always had one guy, maybe the other side was in waiting, but Devin's playing extremely well. I think Antonio has continued to grow. Really, if there's one guy at the secondary I'm pleasantly surprised with, it's Marcus Cromartie, and Crow's made a couple nice breaks and is really using his hands well, so I think we can play some press.
You've mentioned Cromartie's name before. What factors have, whether it's been limited him or prevented him from playing more?
Spring, not this spring, but last spring, he had a really good spring. We were excited about him. He came into fall camp and just didn't progress the way we wanted. And I grabbed him in January when we had our meeting, and and just said, you know, Crow's a guy that likes to have fun, and people would, whenever he made a play, people, offense and defense, would make a big deal of it and kind of in a joking manner. And I said, now's the time to let's stop being the guy that everybody's laughing about. And let's make plays. And he's been very serious. I love his demeanor. I would say of the entire team, I've been most pleased with his growth as a football player in these first 9 practices.
You surprised to get anything out of Wozniak? Just a little in the individual stuff today?
Yeah, he's all those tight ends. You know, Stroud had an ankle, Woz has a knee, Bernie, you know, Jake got hit in the side last week and was really sore. So those guys have really sucked it out. They're just like their coach. You know, Rudy was a tough guy, grinded it out, and he makes those guys do it. And yeah, Woz, I know, is hungry to get back out there.